Welcome to Dr. Prepper, everyone. Today we are going to be touching on some fire starting equipment and why fire starting is one of the most required skills to survive a shit hitting the fan scenario or some sort of disastrous scenario. And we'll touch on some of the various equipment that I use and that I have and what some of my favorites are. And we'll definitely be diving into hands-on fire starting, using some different equipment and that sort of thing. But this is going to be just kind of an overview of what equipment I have and use and why it is so necessary to use and acquire certain skills. And fire starting is probably in the top 2, in my opinion, skills that you need to have in order to survive a bad situation. And if you have any input that you would like to say, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. If you have any certain items you use, certain techniques, anything like that, or if you are interested in learning and there's something specific that you want to talk about or see, you can also leave it down in the comments as well. So fire starting and the skill of starting a fire. Why is it so important? Well, fire is, in my opinion, the most important skill that you should have, and there's a multitude of different reasons. The first being, fire will cleanse your water. It'll clean your water, right? Fire will also give you heat. Fire will give you light. Fire will cook your food. Fire will keep predators at bay. So there's a lot of other great uses for fire as well, as far as signaling, and there's a whole gambit of stuff, but those top 5 or 6 reasons is plenty enough to have some equipment and know how to use that equipment. It is essential to a bad situation and making it better. So as far as equipment and what I use, so I have a couple companies that I rely on for fire starting. The first and foremost, and without a doubt, without a question, Exotac. They're an American company. I believe they're in either South Carolina or Georgia. I think it's Georgia. But it's American-made stuff, all manufactured here by Americans using American materials, and they routinely have some of the absolute best equipment. I have almost everything that they make. There's a few things that I don't have, but as far as fire starting equipment, I have almost everything that they make, and they have a couple other items that aren't fire starting related. And then the other brand that I really rely on for some stuff is Yuko. They make the best matches in the game. They make what's called a stormproof, weatherproof, waterproof match, and they have, a couple different sizes. Now this is a canister that I bought that houses the extra large matches, and then they have the mini matches, and I think there might even be another size as well. But I have these everywhere in the vehicles. I have them in kits and pouches. They are just very invaluable stuff. And you might be saying, well, why have ferrocerium rods and other sort of things when you can just use a lighter? Well, a lighter is going to be, first and foremost, the easiest way to start a fire, the most beneficial, the most simplistic. The lighter is the way to go. But there are occasions and a lot of times where your lighter is out of fluid. It's not working. It's wet, what have you. It's broken. And in those situations, you cannot start a fire. You just can't. You're not even getting you're not even getting the spark. So, you know, if you could somehow get a spark, you might have a chance if you have some tinder that, you know, will catch very easily. But a lighter is first and foremost. Typically, I'll go with a Bic, and that is because it can be slid into an Exotac fire sleeve, which keeps it waterproof, or keeps water out of the Bic. You know, this is a perfect body for the lighter. You can attach a lanyard here, you can attach one here. I have just some fire cord on this one. This stuff sparks very quickly. You just cut it open, fray it out a little bit, and this is also from Exotac. They are pull tabs. They have a ton of stuff. I'll link them down below, and you can head over there and check out some of their stuff. They have sales sometimes. Someday I might have to get in touch with them and see if I can get a code or something. Exotac, hit me up. But Exotac is the number one, and we'll stick with lighters. Exotac has their own lighter called the Titan Light. Very reminiscent of a Zippo, but this is going to hold fluid 10 times longer than your standard Zippo, and the reason is because you have O-ring seals here. These can be a little pricey. Like I said, sometimes you can get different colors on sale. They have, in every item, they have a ton of different colors: orange, black, green, and there's a couple more, I believe. But I once tested this and put fluid in here. I think it's finally out, and then I haven't refilled it yet, but it held fluid for over a year in this tank. And then the other way is it has an O-ring here, so it seals on both ends and maintains your fluid, whereas Zippo is open and the gas is always, the fluid is always escaping, evaporating. Well, in this instance, you know, you're paying a little bit more, but you're getting an awesome aluminum body, nice finishing work, and it's going to hold your fluid 10 times longer than a Zippo, maybe even more than that, maybe 20 times. But, you know, this is a great alternative to a Bic lighter. Highly recommendable. I love the Titan Light. I've had it for a couple years now, and I absolutely love it. We talked about the matches, and those would be probably my second preference to a lighter of some kind. These will, even when wet, these will strike. So it is a great idea to have these all over the place, and you can routinely get these for not a lot of money, a couple bucks, and it comes with extra strikers that you can slide here. And I've made small little kits, which you guys will see, where I've taken a few of these out and a few of the striking strips out, and made small little couple match kits within a kit. So definitely check out the UCO Stormproof matches, and then you can buy containers like this to also store them. There's some extra strikers. There's some more extra strikers. This is kind of like my at-home type striker kit here. But let's go to ferrocerium rods. So this is the Poly Striker right here. It is an all-in-one deal, and I'm a huge fan of this because it's such a minimal design. It comes with a striker. It comes with a nice little ferro rod. It's not a big one. Probably, you know, a couple thousand strikes on it, which is, that's quite a bit of strikes, you know. Typically they range from like 5,000 strikes, and then you can get massive ones that are 30, 40, 50,000 strikes. So you can kind of see there the size difference of this big one that I have here. So the Poly Striker from Exotac is phenomenal. I love that little thing. This is probably one of my favorite ferrocerium rods from Exotac. This is called the Nano Striker XL, and it's a nice minimal package. So this unscrews from here. This unscrews from here. and then this screws on here. And that's one thing I love about Exotac. Typically, what you need is already included, with the exception of some stuff. But here, in this case, you have your aluminum body, you have your ferrocerium rod, and you have your striker. And I put this fire cord, you can see there, it's fire cord, it's got the red through it. So that's a lot of fire cord, in a sense, you know, on this little package. This is a lot of fire cord, because you only need a little bit to get going. And then you can see here that I've used this one, tested it, used this one, tested it. When someone shows you on a preparedness channel and their ferrocerium rod looks just like this all the way around, it's all got the coating still on it, they haven't used it. These come with a coating on them, and you will not, so if you are new to ferrocerium rods, you will not be able to strike that until you get that coating off there. And that is why you see the silver here and there and here. That means the coating has been stripped, and you know, more than likely it has been struck. But these work very, very good. I'm a huge fan of Exotac. I don't really want to light my mat on fire, but these cast a big spark when you're not under a camera and you got nice things around. These will strike very, very good, very easily, and it's kind of an all-in-one package, like I said. And they're not, you know, they're not cheap, but they're not crazy expensive either. That's stripping off some of the coating. There you go. So, you know, you can, and with these, and why I like putting the lanyard here is because it gives you a little extra handle, and you can really get into this. Now, you will not hurt these rods. You can really dig in. I don't want to keep doing it because it'll end up burning a hole in my mat. But we'll be doing testing outside and more things along that line. And then the good thing about some of these is Exotac makes them so that way you can, if this gets used up, you can buy a new one, a replacement, and just screw it right in, and you're ready to go again, and you still maintain your aluminum body. So these are like keychain small kit items right here. The nano striker, the poly striker. You can see the nano is just a touch smaller. It's a nice little package. These are only like 10, 12 bucks. Definitely a good little investment. You get the striker, you get the rod. That one, these are not replaceable. That's right. But there are some that are replaceable. So let's go to a fire kit where I have some more fire starting stuff. I have some more Exotac stuff. It's not a bad idea to designate a kit. So I have my ferro rod here, which is a massive ferro rod. This is probably 30 to 40,000 strikes, if not more. Probably 40 or more. It's a massive ferro rod. And then we have a leather pouch here that is able to be put on a belt. It's got my nickname on the front there engraved. And then we have a little Altoids can here where I have just a little fire kit. I have a striker here, which is basically just a Amazon special, but it works good, and it's only a couple bucks. I'll probably end up picking a few more of these up. They're great for striking, and that's why that is solely in there for that. Then we have, like I was saying, some Yuko matches and some strikers. That's just a little kit that I made to go into here. Couple of them. That's a great thing to have. We have one of them cheap throwaway lighters. I was kind of seeing how long this would last. It's been in there for about a year, and it seems to still be working good, so we'll keep that in there. I'll probably end up replacing it with a mini Bic. I also have in here some replacement flints for this Exotac. I forget what they call this, the Nano Spark. Yeah, the Nano Spark, it says right there. This is an awesome little piece of kit too. It's basically like a Bic lighter that ran out of fluid but casts a massive spark. So there's 3 flints in here plus the one in here. That is a lot of sparks. And you might be saying, how's that going to start a fire? Well, it casts a big enough spark that, and inside the aluminum body here, which is beautiful, you have a nice piece of tinder. This will start many fires right here. So that's what I was saying. Exotac includes some awesome, little goodies with what you're buying. This comes with it. So it's a nice little package to get started. This would be a nice add-on. This would not replace your ferrocerium rod. A ferrocerium rod is a must-have behind a lighter and some matches. You have to have a ferrocerium rod. Here's some tinder. What I like is cotton balls and Vaseline. That's probably my go-to thing. Cotton balls and Vaseline will spark very easily. So I have a couple of them shoved in here. And then we have a name brand bellows, which extends quite a long ways. It's good to have one of these, just to get that fire rolling. That's what a bellows is. It's a telescoping device to concentrate air. Whether you want to do something like this, that's like maybe 12 inches, or you can extend it all the way out. I think this is 18 or something like that. But well made, well constructed, and this would help give you pinpoint precision on getting that ember rolling, getting that fire started. So I'm probably going to end up picking up another one of them as well to go in the fire kit that I'm about to show you. So that is one way, and all that stuff fits easily in this little Altoids can. And I left some room in here just for some other stuff. I'll have to resituate it, but you can fit quite a bit in a little Altoids can, and then you could put a piece of duct tape across here and put it down. If this is all you had for now till you get something else, an Altoids can makes a perfect fire kit. I will link the lady, the missus who made this for me, down in the description as well. Huge shout out to Iggy. And now last up, we have a Maxpedition Pouch fire kit. This is my designated fire kit that lives in my get home bag. On the front, I have some super glue and a mini Bic. That's white, so I can easily see what's left in it. And then I threw a Roaring Fire Gear patch on here, which we'll be talking about them in the future, as well as Maxpedition and some other companies I really like. But this tells me I need to grab it and go. I know this is my fire kit. If I had to get this out of my bag quickly. So we have just a little setup in here. I have another fire sleeve, brand new, with a brand new Bic in it. These are essential, and they're not a lot of money. And they're great. I have one in my truck. I have a couple of these, and I really like them. They float. They keep your lighter safe. I keep a little pocket knife in this kit in case I needed the striking ability, or I didn't have anything else, which I would, but in case I didn't have anything else to maybe get some feathers or strike a ferro rod, this will get the job done. You know, it's not crazy expensive. It's a Kubi. I forget the name of it, the number, but it's D2. You know, it'll get the job done. Maybe not the easiest or the best, but it's a good thing to have in a fire pouch. Here is the Exotac fire rod. This was the first thing I got from Exotac, and I've used the piss out of it, and it barely looks like I've scraped the surface. And this also houses some tinder, and you can put other tinder in there if you use that up. This is also going to be changeable, replaceable, which is another great thing. Nice aluminum body on this one as well. Absolutely love Exotac. And then we have some more fire starting, kind of reminiscent of what am I trying to say, like a jute twine almost, but this stuff lights up really good. It's from Atomic Bear. I forget the name of the actual rope that it is, but it sparks very easily, similar to the Vaseline and cotton balls. And I'm not going to get it out of here, but there's 3 sets in here. I should probably take one out and put it with another kit actually. But you slide this aluminum bar to the end, and all you need is a little piece bigger than that, which I will be demonstrating in future videos. But all you need is a little bit. You get that, it'll stay on fire, and while you're holding this, you get the fire rolling, and then you pull this over the rope and it puts it out, and you have a ton of fire starting ability in this Atomic Bear rope. I'll have to find out what it's called. I forget for the life of me. Here's some more fire starting equipment, and then I also keep this Zippo fire starter, and I have some more Yuko matches and strikers in there. Like I said, I have them everywhere, guys. But like I said, go with the Altoids can first. They're a couple bucks, and then you can move up to a zippered pouch or a homemade pouch, however you want to do that. So this is similar to that Exotac striker that you saw, where it casts. Now this one's decent, but it's not quite as big as the Exotac one. But what I really like about this is you can put a ton of tinder tabs in the base of this thing. It's awesome. There's like 4 or 5, and you don't need one of these per fire. You just need a little piece, you know, a couple little pieces to get rolling. So that's one reason why I like that, and it stays in there. It houses my tinder, and it's an emergency way to start a fire. We're going to also go in depth more on individual items, you know, whether it's the fire sleeve or the ferrocerium rods. We're going to do some individuals of stuff, but I wanted to get this video out there first before we go doing individuals, just because I wanted to get the point across to my subscribers and the upcoming viewers who are maybe new or not familiarized with things as much. Fire starting is a big deal. One of the biggest things. Fire starting and water filtration are massive things, skills that you should learn. There's no way around it. Go out and get some lighters, Bic lighters. Go out and get some matches, you know. Get some packs of them, big packs. I have the cheap paper ones that I keep here at home, matches that come in the cardboard packs. I got hundreds upon hundreds and hundreds of them, boxes of them, like this big, you know, stacked with matches. I got like 5 massive boxes here at home. I got canned. We're going to cover all that stuff, but go out and get some lighters, get some matches, pick yourself up a ferrocerium rod, and then at some point, you know, all that for at home. And then at some point, get yourself a pack that you can throw in your vehicle, you know, and make a little fire kit out of it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of all this stuff. Let me know if you've heard of Exotac or UCO. Let me know if you're thinking about getting into fire starting or you're just getting into it. If you're new, hit the subscribe button as well. I would love to have you here. We're going to have a ton of stuff coming down the pipe. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned. I will catch you on the next one.